t'es pas un peu...
Right now on the Wil Wheaton Project. As apocalypse looms, one man's passion for sci-fi just might save us all from an explosive Game of Thrones, the premiere of Crossbones, a sexy Salem update, and Felicia Day beating Will to the death.
Punch! Oh!
And now, the only man who can make sense of all of this, Wil Wheaton.
Welcome to the Wil Wheaton Project. You want sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and geek stuff? That's my project. And I'm Wil Wheaton, so now I get the title. On Sunday night, HBO's Game of Thrones ended with the big duel to determine the fate of little Tyrion. Now, the fight was pretty graphic, so here's a slightly more acceptable version.
I killed her children. Then I raped her. Then I smashed her head in like this.
Incoming! Today on the Wil Wheaton Project, we did the impossible. For the first time ever, people intentionally laughed at Gallagher. Now from the high-class violence and nudity of HBO to the low-rent violence and nudity of WGN Salem. In case you missed it, here is this week's sex and violence recap.
Lesbian three-way, double hand stabby, outdoor sex, graveyard oral, throat slit, threesome, one-on-one regular, second throat slit, six-way, burned at the stake. This has been your Salem Sex and Violence Recap.
If you think that was crazy, check out this montage of their logical plot points. Moving on. Thanks to product placement, the line between TV shows and commercials has gotten blurry, The Walking Dead, and on NBC's season finale of Hannibal, that line disappeared altogether.
It's the last stage of the transformation. When you become who you will be. You and me. When the fox hears the rabbit scream, he comes running. When the moment comes.
When the moment comes.
Pretentious by Hannibal.
Smells like actual broken hearts. And kidneys, and livers, and lungs. He's a cannibal. That's sort of where I'm going with that joke. Crossbones premiered on NBC this week, with John Malkovich giving us his non-traditional spin on Blackbeard.
What? What do you want, Mr. Lowe? I'm indisposed.
To discuss this.
I get headaches.
I get headaches too. Not like that. It looks like somebody's angling for a new role in Hellraiser. Can't wait to see his cosplay for the other Cenobites. In movie news, Maleficent debuted to a staggering $170 million worldwide, proving Hollywood's theory once and for all that nobody sees movies with a strong female lead. The movie reimagines Sleeping Beauty from the point of view of the classic Disney villain, and it was so successful that studios are already rushing more movies into production that tell the villain's side of the story. Movies like Hands That Can't Hug, the Freddy Krueger story. He looks so sad, like that. It's not creepy. It's like, can't hug. Release me. He's a small-town kraken with big Broadway dreams. Anchors Away. Once more sailor. Impressively, one villain story already has a trailer.
Everyone knows Indiana Jones is a great hero. But what if you knew the other side of the story and saw through the eyes of his greatest enemy? The rolling boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark. He'll rise above his childhood in a rundown lava pit to make influential friends.
You rock, Rock.
And hold tight to his loved ones. And if he can just get out of this cave, he may just reach the stars. Rock and roll. It's all downhill from here.
It's really nice to see Boulder working again. He really turned it around after rehab. We'll be right back.
Coming up, soothing tips from a former Batman, and Will and Felicia Day go head-to-head.
We just wanted to have a buzzer because, you know, buzzers are awesome.
When the Wil Wheaton Project continues.
Is this you?
You're talking to a king!
Is your voice whiny, high-pitched, not intimidating? Not anymore. Now there's Christian Bale's reverse throat lozenges, guaranteed to give you the gruff, raspy voice of a badass. Take it from these satisfied customers.
To keep you out of Virgil's reach, he's cast you into an alternate reality.
I am the Holy Roman Church.
I will set things straight.
Oh, you're a killer. Look at me, bitch! There's no light. No hope for a better world.
But there is hope for you and your little weenie voice. Our lozenges coat your delicate throat lining with a thick layer of tobacco, gravel dust, soot, and powdered whiskey. It's a taste that'll make you say,
damn it.
Christian Bale's reverse lozenges. Now you won't have to do any actual acting.
And you'll never have to.
Science fiction is all about the big questions. What's out there? Are we alone in the universe? What does the future hold for us? Spoiler alert, we're all gonna die. That's why we're going to play a new game I call How Will They Bite It? In this game, a special guest and I will watch a scene where the character is definitely going to die. Then we will try to guess how they'll bite it. To play our inaugural, I have to say it like that every time. To play our inaugural game, I'd like to welcome the creator and star of The Guild, one of the founders of Geek and Sundry, one of my favorite people in the entire world, Felicia Day. Hello. Are you ready to play How Will They Bite It?
I am very ready.
Awesome. All right, so Felicia, you buzz in when you think you know the answer. We'll both get a chance to guess, so I'll buzz in too. We just wanted to have a buzzer because, you know, buzzers are awesome. Now, neither Felicia nor I have seen these clips before, so here is the first clip. How will they bite it? I think he bites it because there are those springy snakes, the springy joke snakes inside, and they spring out and they hit him in the face, and for some reason he bites it.
Okay.
It's a good thing he busted, so it's official.
Okay, I think there was someone coming through another dimension because there was a very blurry section in the bottom right corner, and it looked like somebody from another dimension was going to come out and like just tear his behind off.
Right, so it's either going to be it's springy snakes or pan-dimensional traveler rips his ass off. I'm thinking if you said the guy was a butthead, you're actually right. I'm going to give you the point on that. That is from a movie called Rock Monster. You remember the great B-52s song? Now for the second clip.
Don't answer your phone. Don't answer it. Don't!
He answers his phone. Maybe it's a little on the nose, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm thinking it's because he answers the phone.
No. Okay, so, the phone was so annoying that Mother Mary comes out of the stained glass and goes, "That's rude in here," and then just punch.
Oh, beaten to death by saints. Okay, how does he bite it? is from the classic, it says on the prompter? Ghost Storm! I'm giving myself a point on that because that did, in fact, come out of the phone.
Totally
and I believe
valid.
that means we're tied. And now it doesn't matter at all because the final round is worth 5 points, effectively rendering the rest of the game moot.
Good.
Ready, Felicia?
Yes, I'm
How
ready.
will they bite it?
Mickey Dolenz!
Well, I'd like to start with one of my biggest hits from the 60s.
People throw pies at him, and then he dies because he's diabetic.
So you could say it was sunglasses, pie-abetic.
I'm sorry, that made me vomit.
I think that Mickey Dolenz gets killed by monkeys.
I'd like to start with one of my biggest hits from the 60s.
I should know that! I saw that movie! That's from Mega Python versus Gatoroid. That was former monkey Mickey Dolenz. And you know who stars in that movie? Tiffany and Debbie Gibson.
Oh, yeah! I had that on my DVR, but I didn't watch it.
Well, you can come watch it in my house because I have it on every form of media. All right, that is it for How They Bite It. I believe the game ends in a tie because neither one of us got it right. So, you know what we're both going to get?
Do I get this? No?
Yes. You win the buzzer, and I win a version of the home game of How You Bite It, which you basically just you find an old person in your neighborhood and you just sit on the curb and watch. I know. I'm a horrible person. Thank you for coming, Felicia. Listen, I want everybody to watch Felicia's new show. It is called Spooked. It premieres on June 4th on Geek and Sundry and on Hulu. It is a parody of ghost hunting shows. It is hilarious. And tell us, I know Neil Grayston and Ashley Johnson, who are friends, are in it. Who else are in it?
Allison Hayslip, Deachin Lockman, Tom Lank. I just basically called my friends up, hey, come work.
Notice my phone didn't ring. Good luck with that. I hope that it is awesome. I know that it's going to be really great. Felicia, thank you very much for coming and playing on our show.
Stay tuned for epic knockoffs of your favorite blockbusters when the Wil Wheaton Project continues.
Order RoboCop on Blu-ray for bonus features like Michael Keaton's thoughts on the cast.
It's really great. Really great.
Yeah, he's great.
It's just a great cast.
Great. Absolutely great.
Everybody's great. Joel's great, man. I gotta go.
Get your copy today.
Welcome back. This is the time of the show where I get to take a moment to talk a little more in depth about the things that matter to me. This segment is called Will's Memo. It's blockbuster season, when all the big hit movies come to theaters. That means it's also a busy time for all their cheap knockoff cousins, otherwise known as knockbusters. One of the summer's most anticipated movies is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. One of the summer's least anticipated movies is Empire of the Apes.
We need to leave this planet. Start fresh elsewhere. To conquer a planet with existing advanced technology. To spearhead and further our rise to power even faster. But how? When? The waiting is driving me mad!
And my mom is driving me home!
It's like high school drama club meets public access television, and they went to a party store and bought costumes. Now, knockbusters are nothing new. In 1959, the creature from the Black Lagoon had its own knockbuster, Monster of Piedras Blancas, which, of course, is Spanish for not the creature from the Black Lagoon. More recently, knockbusters fell into the sticky clutches of the porn industry. Right, Spider Babe?
You've been having boy thoughts, and I've been having Spider Babe thoughts. Okay, you've done what you wanted. Now it's my turn.
It is a scientific fact that people won't masturbate unless there's a vaguely familiar premise in front of them. Am I right? Womb Raider? They should have called it Poon Raider. With Knockbusters, producers don't pay for the rights to characters, so there's plenty of money for special effects. Case in point, The Adventures of Thunderstorm, Return of Thor. That dragon will kill us all! Eventually. Walk for your lives! Then there's Metal Man, which isn't even different from Iron Man because iron is a metal. The truth is, I cannot tell the two of them apart.
Are you blind or just stupid, huh? Do you realize what this is?
Shield.
What the hell are you?
Shield off.
Objects in mirror are exactly as lame as they appear. In Rise of the Black Bat, a vigilante bat person outsmarts a group of thugs in the most plausible ways imaginable.
Now you've gone and hurt my feelings.
Do you believe that you and your entire crew are on the same page?
If they know what's good for them, they are.
Are you sure about that?
Hey, what's going on here? I'm in charge.
That fist came from the same place people are enjoying this film. Nowhere. And also, why is the guy who is 1 foot away from not Batman using a scope? Finally, America isn't the only place full of these contrapreneurs. 3 Dev Adam is a 70s Turkish film with a unique take on Spider-Man. We cut out the part where he hangs upside down and blows a dude. Good luck getting that image out of your head. We'll be right back.
Next, Will shouts out the week's top moments, and Tom Cruise is coming right for us when the Wil Wheaton Project continues.
And now, John Malkovich saying tater tots.
Tater tots.
This has been John Malkovich saying tater tots.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the people that made this week so incredible in a segment called Shoutouts. First off, shout out to this St. Bernard for snoring the Inception score. But is he really asleep? We'll never know. Shout out to Orphan Black's Vic the Dick for this week's and possibly this lifetime's best face plant.
Do you smell soft?
Best art project ever. Shout out to The Talk for reaching out to the sci-fi community.
Okay, here's a question. How many of you would be willing to have sex with a robot?
I mean, certainly not. Certainly not me. The farthest I would go with a robot is third base. Somebody in the audience really enjoyed that joke. Shout out to my favorite knockbuster, 3 Dev Adam.
Adios, Mafia.
And Hola Academy Award. Shout out to sci-fi legend Christopher Lee for dropping his new heavy metal EP, Metal Night. If it's anything like his last album, it'll be like this.
I shed the blood of Saxon man. I shed the blood of the Saxon man. I shed the blood of the Saxon man.
More like Christopher Lee Roth. It looks like somebody had a birthday at Burger King. I shed the blood of a Happy Meal. And finally, a shout out to the Los Angeles Kings for making it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Can't wait to look at the ratings and watch Chicago go like this at the end of the show. One last thing before we go. Tom Cruise's Edge of Tomorrow comes out this Friday. Now, we at the Wil Wheaton Project haven't seen it yet, and I personally never will, but we know this much. Tom Cruise will find something to slide on, which brings us to this week's Supercut. Until next time, play more games.
Slider. You stink.